Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a special day and a special occasion for our community and our university as well. And we're honored to have many dignitaries here with us this morning. Mayor of Syracuse, Ben Walsh, Councilor Corey Williams, 3rd District Councilor, City of Syracuse, Councilor Patrona Jones, Rouser, 4th District Councilor, Syracuse, Councilor Rashida Caldwell, Councilor at Large, and Councilor Marty Nave, 1st District Councilor, Syracuse. Thanks so much for being here today, and thank you for your support. During this program, you'll hear from Vice Chancellor Mike Haney. You'll hear from the mayor, from Common Councilor Corey Williams, Coach Autry, and obviously our honoree today, Coach Boeheim. So when I thought of the honorary street naming for Coach Boeheim, what really entered my mind was just think how many hundreds of thousands of people walked these steps for over 40 years to cheer and support Coach Boeheim and Syracuse basketball. Just think about that. It's amazing. And Syracuse's record in the building behind us, formerly known as the Carrier Dome, now the JMA Wireless Dome, during Coach Boeheim's tenure was a remarkable 623 and 140, an 82% winning percentage. 623 victories on one court. How many coaches even win 623 games in their career? Not many. So to do it in one place on one court is truly remarkable. And I think it's really fitting that our current fans, our current students, our future fans, and so our future students, when they walk to the JMA Wireless Dome, they'll walk the same path that the hundreds of thousands of fans came to support Coach Boeheim as he built this program from a regional program to a national program. So, Coach, congratulations on this day. Thank you again for what you've done and what you mean to this community and to this university. And it's now my pleasure to introduce this person has the longest title of any person there is. Listen to me. The Vice Chancellor for Strategic Initiatives, Innovation, and Executive Dean of the Martin J. Whitman School of Management. He's also a great colleague and a good friend, Mike Haney.
Thanks, John. And I want to start by saying a special thanks to you, Mayor Walsh, and our great partners on the Common Council that John acknowledged. None of this would have been possible without the great partnership and support we get from the city. I think it's very fitting that we're here naming this street, this particular street, Jim Boeheim Way, right here next to the Dome. And Coach Boeheim has been part of the fabric of this city and Central New York, both on and off the court. He and his wife Julie have done remarkable work in the city of Syracuse through their foundation, enriching the lives of children and in this community, as well as focusing on advocacy and research related to eliminating cancer. Truly remarkable. Coach's accolades will be celebrated in this community for generations for what he's done on the court, but I think so too will be the Boeheim's steadfast support of our community and all those who call Central New York home. So on behalf of Syracuse University, Coach, I want to say congratulations and thank you, and you, Julie, as well, for all you've done for our region. And I promise to be brief, so now it is my privilege to welcome the City of Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh to the podium.
Thank you, Mike. Coach, good to see you. Julie, Coach, really happy to be here. I couldn't help but notice as I was sitting there looking over my shoulder now at Woodland Reservoir. I spent many, many years as a child on Woodland Reservoir sledding and still walk around there weekly with my wife. But when I think about as a kid, I used to look across the valley, across the city, and look up at the Dome and think about all the amazing, magical things that would happen up there. And I think about how many kids who grow up in the city who do the same thing. And when Coach Boeheim retired, I declared that he was the real mayor of the city of Syracuse. But I didn't say that necessarily just because of what happened in this building. It's because for as long as you've been in this community, Coach, not only have you cared deeply about what happens up on this hill, but you've cared deeply what happens behind me here. And that's why we're here today celebrating you and recognizing you. Again, the wins are incredible, and they've created memories for this city that will last a lifetime. But the work that you've done and that you've done, Julie, in our community, that is generational. And we are truly grateful and appreciative for it. So it is for all of that you've done for this community on and off the court that we are here to honor you. So thank you so much for all that you've done. You deserve this, and you deserve retirement. I hope you're enjoying it. And with that, I will introduce somebody who I spent many years with back in the day. We've known each other a long time. I'm thrilled to have him on the Common Council representing this district, Corey Williams.
I too will be brief, but I did prepare remarks for one of the first times ever in my life. As someone who grew up in the city, an alum of the university, and now an elected official, I want to thank Coach Boeheim for everything he's done for the community. I'm honored to be here today as we celebrate Coach, and I'm, even more grateful for the opportunity to have worked with the university to make Jim Boeheim Way become a reality. So in my day job, I work in the Syracuse City School District. I work with data and numbers all day long. I've become pretty good at knowing whether or not my calculations are right the second I look at a number. If I were to come across Coach Jim Boeheim's statistics in my job, I wouldn't believe them to be true. 47 years as head coach, more than 1,100 wins, 3 Olympic gold medals, and all of this while raising nearly $9 million for local charities. What Coach Boeheim has accomplished in his tenure at the university is nothing short of incredible. While I have nearly 40 years of memories of SU basketball, I have an experience of one specific game that I want to share with you all today. In 2007, I was living out in Colorado. SU was playing UConn in the first round of the Big East tournament that year. 2 o'clock tip in New York. That meant we had an 11 o'clock tip in Colorado. 11 a.m., I was worried I wasn't going to be able to find a place to watch the game. I lived in a small mountain town around a ski resort, and I found a restaurant that was open for lunch. I walked in and found the bar full of SU fans. If you don't remember that game, SU was down by 2 points at half and wound up having an overwhelming victory. Second half, the whole place was going crazy. And that day I took a moment and I kind of stepped back and looked across the sea of orange at this small little bar out in a mountain town in Colorado. And I had an overwhelming sense of pride for the university and for our city. I share that story today to remind us that Coach Boeheim's legacy impacts people not only in our city, but throughout the country and throughout the world. The program he helped build here at SU has allowed people to remain connected to our city, even when they live thousands of miles away. So, Coach, congratulations. I'm thrilled to be here, and I can't wait to see the sign. Thank you.
Well, it's hard for me to kind of come up with something that has not been said yet. But the one thing I'll say about Coach that comes to mind is always excellence. Excellence and impactful. And I think everyone in life wants to leave a legacy and wants to be impactful. And we've all been able to witness what Coach has been able to do, like we said, not only on the court, but off the court and in the community. So, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it as a player and be alongside him as a coach. And this is something that is truly deserving. And for me, it's he has a court, he has a street. I think we know we're missing something else. So, but I'm just excited to be here. Our former teammates are here and current players and coaches. And again, I'm just happy to be a part of Coach Boeheim's life, legacy, and just wish him nothing but the best going forward. Thank you.
Now we'll hear from our honoree, head coach, Jim Boeheim.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank my family, Jimmy and Sissy, and Julie, who's really made all the foundation stuff possible. It's her work that's really got us to where we are with the foundation, and we'll continue forward, hopefully for many years to come. But as I look around, I see the supporters of our program for many, many years. Vinny, of course, Lobdell's been so important to our program and will continue to be moving forward because we need everybody. Adrian has done an unbelievable job, and I think he will continue to do that, but he needs support from really everybody, including and especially the university moving forward in these times. It's the most difficult time that I've ever seen in college athletics, and it's a time we all have to pull together very hard. As far as my sign here, I think what's going to happen when people get stuck in traffic right here, they're going to look at that sign and say, that Boeheim again? Just one more time, you know? But I'll just, close by saying that I came here, I was 17 years old in 1962. I didn't know where my first class was. I didn't know really how to get to Manley Fieldhouse, and then I discovered there was no buses then, and you had to walk down there every day, each and every day, and to be able to come through all that and to be able to be still standing here today, it's not something you could ever think would be even remotely possible. It's something I could understand being in Manly and playing there and coaching there, but when we moved into the Dome and to be able to see 34,000 people come to a basketball game in January when it's on television and it's 2 degrees outside and 4 feet of snow, and walk in there and see 34,000 people there, I'll never quite be able to get my hands around how that is or was possible. It's something you just would never have envisioned. I didn't see it. A man named Cliff Winters thought that could happen, although he told me, Jim, we'll probably be able to get at least 15,000, so he wasn't completely right either. But to be able to see all that and to live in this community, I've said it many times, and the reason we try to put so much back into this community is this is our community. This is where we live. I love this community. I love the people in it. I love everything about it. Well, not always the Post Standard, but everything else. Everything else. We're not going to be able to get through a whole thing without saying something. But when I said I wanted to live in Syracuse over any place in the world, I meant it, and I always will be here. And I hope it's for a long, long time, and I hope we can continue to work with the city, the mayor, the county, to make this place a great, great place to live, which I think it is, and I think it can only get better. And I'm just so proud to have been the coach here and to be able to have this street here behind me. I couldn't be more proud and thankful to the university, to the city, and to all our great fans and the great coaches that I had for me working with me, and the great players who made it all possible. It's like Derek Coleman once said. He looked around the dome and there was 34,000 people there. He said, "Coach, there's a lot of money out there today." I'll never forget that one, along with a few other things that I can't talk about that Derek did. And it's great to be here today and see Eric Devendorf here. I saw him once earlier. There he is. From worst to best, right here. The best guy that we've produced over the years. And those are the things as a coach you look back and you're pretty proud about. And he's one of those guys that I'm pretty proud about. Very thankful. Thanks to everybody that made this possible. I'm sure the council doesn't always agree on things, but I think they all agreed on this, didn't they, Mayor? That's pretty good. Thank you. Thank you so much.